Back to the border battle in Kitchener. We are in day 2, and now we're gearing up for the women's side of the tournament. Team USA versus OC from Iowa. I'm Natalie Stoberman. Here's John Evans, and I'm excited for this one because these are two American teams on the women's side that probably haven't seen each other before, and we don't know a lot about the OC team, but they are undefeated so far.
Yeah, the OC team's been very impressive defensively, offensively. They've been putting up runs. Pitching well and playing some really strong defense. So this is a big matchup.
It is, and watching the warm-up with Team USA, they look very sharp and very nimble out on the field, picking up the ball and releasing it very quickly and getting it over to the first baseman, Denise Ewing. And I'm looking forward to the pitching duel as well because Christine Libertu from OC has been having a great weekend so far.
Yeah, and also Tara Salcido, the few games we've seen, she's really dominated, had the ladies swinging at pitches she's wanted them to swing at, being great offensively. You can see her moving her infield defense around. She's quite verbal and pitches to her defense.
That's right, and she is digging in to lead off the side for OC. Again, starting pitcher from Team USA, Tara Salcedo. And there we go, a line shot to the right field gap for Libertu to start this off with a leadoff single.
Not only has Christine been really well on the defensive side and controlling the game, the pitching-wise, she's obviously their leadoff hitter, which we've touched on a couple times, that clearly one of their better hitters if she's at the top of the order, and she makes this look smart again by getting a leadoff base hit.
She makes her coaches look smart too for putting her up at the top of the lineup. And here we go, second hitter of the inning, Laura McKinney flies out to Erica Kopelhaver. Sorry, my apologies, Lee Campbell for Team USA, and that's the first out of the game, but that was quite a shot to Campbell.
Yeah, she hit it about as well as you can without getting a base hit. The U.S. ladies, it looks like, are going with the 5-lady infield and with 3 outfielders again.
There we go, easy out for Team USA. Chelsea Davis making that easy play to get the second out.
Yeah, Chelsea's been very strong at third base, hitting well and defensively automatic.
Now that brings up Marissa Basham, the second baseman for OC. She rips a shot to left center, but it looks like it's going to get caught. Justine Rial gets the third out of the inning. That was a quick inning for Team USA, probably what they are used to and what their game plan is. Be on the field as least amount of time as possible and be on the sticks for as long as possible.
Yeah, we found that with Tara out there on the mound. She really takes control of the game early on, puts a pressure on the hitter. She drops those strikes in right away and really makes you thinking to go up there swinging, and we're going to see her shift gears a little bit in the second, third inning, or the first time through the order, where she starts mixing up the pitches and gets the ladies really chasing some pitches.
And you have to be exceptional to be a slow pitch pitcher and get hitters to chase for pitchers because they're usually in the same range, right? It's not like it's going to fall out on you really quickly or rise up on you really quickly, but it has to be able to be in a range where you're going to lean at it and you're going to pop it up, or it's going to be weak on the ground, and it's the spins that really dictate the game as well.
Yeah, for sure. Dropping those pitches in, everyone knows what a strike is. You know, it can't hit the plate, it can't be short of the plate, so you can really zone in, and you think the advantage would be to the hitter, but the really good pitchers, which we've seen over the first day and a half here, can really control a game, and we're looking at what I think is one of the best lady pitchers we've seen, two of the best, with both Tara and Christine on the mound for their respective teams.
And Christine not wearing the typical lacrosse helmet that most pitchers wear. Even on the men's side, she's wearing a game face. And here we go, we start in the ball game. Leading off for Team USA is the third baseman, Chelsea Davis.
Chelsea's been a strong hitter. The first few games we've seen Dara Tolman's being the leadoff hitter, but they've changed it up here and gave Dara the game off, and Chelsea certainly earned the spot at the top of the order.
There we go. Line shot over the shortstop for Davis for a single. Is she going to round and stretch it into two? Yes, she does. Slides in for a leadoff double for the Americans. Not a bad way to start off the game, but it almost looks like the outfield for OC. Lee Camp or Erica Kopelhaber, she is at the warning track, or who is in. So Team OC is playing with a 4-player outfielder. So it's Sammy Goebel that's actually playing left center, and they're playing out by the warning track. And there's so much room to try and pick up a ground ball to them that the runners have so much time to stretch their hits for extra bases.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of respect for these U.S. lady hitters early on in the game. And there's a reason why, as CD, Kristen Dowling. It's a big fly.
Bye-bye, Kristen Dowling, starting off the game with a 2-run shot.
That could explain a little bit of the depth.
There we go, yes. But at the same time, the top of the order, these teams don't know each other that well. You do have to have that kind of respect. So it is definitely understandable. Now that brings up the third hitter for Team USA, Tara Salcedo, the pitcher.
Yeah, she's been swinging really well. She
line shot to Sammy Goebel on Team OC. There is the first out of the game.
Yeah, we saw the U.S. ladies early this morning with a mercy win over Cahooniverse. Tara Salcedo was hitting the ball a lot the other way. Cahooniverse defensively was lined up the way OC was, and they had to switch halfway through the game because the U.S. ladies were just hitting those infield holes. And Cahooniverse and Coach Bruce Collette changed it up. It was to no avail as the U.S. ladies continued to roll.
Wow, and they are rolling. Savannah Brown, the middle infielder, just foul on the left side of the field, but man, that had some distance to it.
Yeah, she put a very good swing on that pitch.
Wow, these hitters are absolutely dangerous on this U.S. squad. Each of them could go yard.
Yeah, they're getting more and more comfortable each game we're watching here. One of the goals, I think, coming in to the tournament is to find your comfort level as quick as possible. On all the teams that are here, both the U.S. and the Canadian side, it's important. This is a new park to a lot of these players.
It's a new park, but it's also not that different from most of the parks. It's so well maintained, and the grounds crew is coming in after every single game. And here we go, Brown drawing a walk, a full count walk, and that is one runner on base for Team USA for the first baseman to come up, Aldenice Ewing.
She's shown that she has some power, hitting a couple home runs, one this morning and one on Friday.
There we go. She looks very comfortable right there, getting her warm-up routine in.
The U.S. ladies so far look very comfortable with their approaches. No panic in their body language.
There's a shot from Ewing right to Sammy Goebel. That's unfortunate because those are great hits, but right to the fielder, and that was Cassandra Stiver with the grab, actually. Now that brings up number 17, the right fielder, Jordan Brown. Team USA using a 3-person outfield, not like OC, putting in their extra fielder in the grass. Woo! There we go, Libertu. Right back to you. Making that third out, getting some work done for herself. Team USA only putting up a 2-spot. Sorry, John.
I think she's relieved that she made that catch. That was well hit. Seeing her body language there that she was thankful that play was over.
Thankful is a great word. I would be thankful too. It could be a lot worse than the ball not finding your glove.
I think they'll be happy with that, giving up 2 runs, even though they went quiet in their part of the inning. The U.S. ladies could have put up a bigger number there, especially starting off with, a double, a home run, getting Mr. Momentum on their side. But we've seen from the OC pitcher for multiple games now that nice, calm approach, and took the game in her hands there and got her team into the dugout.
That's true, and I'm looking into the stands. The American men's national team is sitting in the stands supporting their women counterpart. And that's nice to see. It's nice to see that camaraderie in USA slow pitch on both sides of the coin.
Yeah, we've seen with every U.S. team that's played, some portion of one of the U.S. teams up here has been supporting their colleagues, their friends, and their fellow athletes.
And here's Casey Eagle, the catcher for OC. Will it find a hole? No, it does not. Jordan Brown from right field makes that tough catch, going in for quite the run.
Yeah, I thought that ball was down for sure, but Jordan Brown closed a lot of real estate there and called it late and made the nice basket catch.
Yeah, basket catches are so difficult because you don't want it to hit the heel of your glove because it's going to pop right out, or it's going to hit your hand, and that hurts too.
And there's a lot of bad things that can happen there.
Yes, too many bad things. But there we go, 1 out for Team USA. That brings up the third baseman, Megan Tompkins, taking 1 pitch. That's an illegal pitch. She lets that one go from Tara Salcedo.
Mark Gow behind the plate with the illegal pitch call from Moncton, New Brunswick. Follows that up with a second illegal pitch call.
And there she goes. She takes a walk.
Mark's walking out to the mound just to let Tara know what he's calling those illegal pitches for. I think it was for 2 different things. One was height, and I think that last one was no release. As you can see, Christian Dowling just getting confirmation from Mark Gow. The pitchers do have to come to a stop and a set prior to releasing the pitch. This takes us to Kayla Gaunt.
Yep, Kayla Gaunt from OC, the extra hitter. She's got a runner on base for her and only 1 out in this 2-0 ball game. And it looks like Salcedo is making some adjustments to try and avoid those illegal pitches after having that talking with the home plate umpire. But here we go. Will it find the gap? Yes, it does. It finds the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. All runners advance. And we'll take that kind of a single. A blooper's a blooper, but it doesn't matter if you're on base.
Yeah, I'm looking at my scorecard, and it shows a base hit. So we saw some of the earlier swings where ladies put a good swing on it, but it was a line drive out at somebody.
And now, we have right center fielder, Cassandra Stiver for OC. A Canadian import for OC to round out their roster. She's one of 2.
Good catch down the line, right in front of the fence. We're a little bit blinded by that, but very good catch by the third baseman, Chelsea Davis.
Great range to get all the way out there, especially with your back turned to the field. You have to make those over the head basket catches, which are very difficult to do, especially for an infielder.
We talked about making the routine plays to get out of innings, but those are 2 great plays for 2 outs.
And now that brings up the left fielder, Erica Copenhaver for OC with 2 gone. Still a runner on first base. Still opportunities to do some damage for OC. And I'm looking at the American infielders, and they're playing at the lip, giving themselves some room, even for the bottom of this OC lineup. Respect. There's a shot. Will it find the grass? No, it will not. Justine Rial's all over it in center field. Team USA putting OC down in very quick fashion to keep this game rolling so that they get back on the sticks.
Yeah, back-to-back zeros for OC is not what they'd be looking for here. And USA is going to look to take some advantage of that momentum here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
OC not looking to be showing any kind of body language that they're not in this game. They've been playing very sound defense, and they have some very good hitters, and they've shown that they can compete all weekend. So it's only a matter of time before they break out as well.
Yeah, they certainly have lots of confidence in their pitcher, knowing they're going to pitch to their defense, and she can really control the game. Been super, super impressed with her. I'm sure she's going to be on the U.S. radar for future ladies teams if she's not already.
And that's a good opportunity for players in tournaments like this, is they have the eyes of the U.S. national team or the Canadian national team, if you're looking at a Kahunaverse team, watching you. And that's probably the next best thing to a tryout.
For sure, yeah. You perform with coaching staffs watching from the U.S. team, or I know a lot of U.S. softball guys are here, so there certainly are going to be watching these players closely.
And here we have the second baseman for Team USA, Kennedy Hauser, leading off in the bottom of the second. She's got a full count now. First strike she's seen all at bat. Here's a rip. She rolls over it a little bit, and an easy play to Molly Rhodes at shortstop to get the out at first base. You can tell that was not the pitch that she wanted, but when you have full count, your hands are usually tied, and she probably wanted to shoot one up the middle just to stay safe.
Yeah, I think she wanted to go with a nice safe swing there, but kind of dropped her hands a little bit and didn't put the best swing on it that I'm sure we'll see from her throughout the game.
Lee Campbell up to bat now for Team USA.
Lee's been really strong in left field, chased down a few balls.
There's a shot from the left fielder. Ooh, just misses the glove of Molly Rhodes. But she'll take that single. That's a good single. A pat on the bat for that.
Batting for Team USA, the shortstop, number 9, Kristen Shiflett.
Going from left field to the shortstop now, Kristen Shiflett. Trying to turn this into a rally here with none gone for Team USA, and they've already got one home run out of the way. Shiflett trying to move it over to the right side of the field, but will OC turn two? No, they won't. Shiflett is very quick, and so is Campbell. That was very tough to even get Campbell at second. But good defense from OC so far. Very sound.
Yeah, they get those routines out on a regular basis, and like we said, leading into the beginning of this game, pitching and defense has been very impressive, and they're not too shabby on the offensive side of it either.
And here now the extra hitter, Megan Miller for Team USA, rips it. Woo! Look what I found. Megan Tompkins. Wow, that's an MLB-style highlight reel play from the third baseman. Great backhand play. Those are so hard to do, and the way she made it, she picked it on her backhand. Wow, I'd love to see that one again.
Yeah, Megan got down. She stole the hit away from Megan Miller, got down on her knees, made that nice backhand play, and a good strong throw across the diamond.
All right, well, we still have a 2-0 ball game. We're about to start the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had a bit of a rough start to the season. Mom! So it was time to update Dylan's gear. Kahuniverse.com had it all, including equipment and our team's custom clothing. Looking playoff ready, Dylan.
From prospect to pro, Kahuniverse.com.
Shannon Hilton.
Welcome back. It is now the top of the third inning. Shannon Hilton leading off for OC. She's got a blooper on the right field line. It drops. She's trying to turn. Will she make it two? Will she stretch it? Will she get in? No, her goose was cooked. Didn't even bother to slide. Good aggressive play, good aggressive running though, but when you're leading off, you don't want to make that first out.
No, she was a little hesitant there as she's running down the line. She did see it was down and hustled down the first base line, but rounding that bag, kind of stutter stepped and slowed down her momentum and was an easy out.
It's a tough play to make, or as a base runner, you know you have the disadvantage when you have two players able to go for a ball like that, because one of them is backing up the player making the ball, and they're able to tell them where to go right away without wasting time looking to see where they're at with the play. So great defensive communication from Team USA. And now we're at the shortstop, Molly Rhodes, who's been spectacular at short so far this game. Let's see how she can play with the bat. She hits it over to her position, easy out to first place. Whoa, when I said easy, I was wrong. She makes it on an error.
Throwing error, one of those ones we did see from the U.S. men making a throwing error. It's not what you anticipate from these sides.
It's tough because that was a slow roller to Kristen Shiflett at short. You really have to charge at those balls and get it out of your glove as soon as you can. And Rhodes has some speed to her. And now we turn over the lineup. Christine Libertu.
Yeah, Molly didn't let up on that. She put that ball in play and hustled down the line, put her head down, and really put the pressure on the defense.
Libertu finding the hole in right center. We know that Rhodes is going to make it to third easily, but they keep Libertu at first. One gone with runners at the corners. Not a bad way to get the ball rolling for OC.
Yeah, this is an inning here. Everyone's comfortable through the lineup. They know they can hang with the U.S. ladies on the defensive side. Let's put a bit of pressure on them with the bats.
Speaking of pressure, Laura McKinney is looking for her first hit of the game. The first baseman has been solid at the corner, letting that ball go deep. 2-1 count.
This is what we talked about with Tara. She was throwing those automatic strikes earlier in the game, getting the ladies thinking about it. Now she's starting to pitch. She's moving deep, short, outside, inside. Mark Gow called time. I think Kristen Dowling got in the vision of the hitter, and Mark called time. Legal pitch for low height.
And she'll take the walk. McKinney gets on base.
Two little hiccups here in the inning for the U.S. team that you wouldn't suspect. The throwing error from the shortstop, and some illegal pitches here from Tara to walk. The bases loaded.
That's right. This is good news for OC and for Sammy Goebel, the left center fielder. You want the bases juiced. Base knock will work really well for you here. Look for the hole. Maybe you can get two. But USA is definitely loading up on that left side, and here Goebel pops it up. Looks like an easy play for Kennedy Hauser, and she does. She makes it, but there's a tag. Can Rhodes beat it? Yes, she does. The ball makes it to the backstop. Runners advance. Now we've got Libertu at first. Goebel.
Looks like Libertu moved up to third base. Molly Rhodes scored on that. And Laura McKinney moves on to second.
There we go. Everyone's trading stations. If you can't get it done, force some errors, and maybe you can get it done that way too. So now we have a 2-1 ball game. That brings up the second baseman, Marissa Basham.
The U.S. ladies look a little sink out in this inning. Here making some uncharacteristic errors, a walk.
There's a nice strike from Salcedo.
Gone back to basics there for Tara. She just dropped the strike in.
That's deep. Basham takes that one for 3-2 count. She takes the walk, and now the bases are juiced again for OC.
At the plate now for you'll see the catcher, number 17.
And if I was Team USA, I would not want Casey Eagle up in a position like this. She's already gone yard a few times this tournament. This is a great spot for her to be in.
She had a big fly yesterday. Her first at bat hit it to right field, but I think she's looking for something she can drive here.
Yeah, she's being very selective. Salcedo starting the at-bat with a strike. A little inside on that one. Uh-oh.
Case.
Scored the end of 2.5.
Casey gets herself out in that position. Leave 3 runners on, but still able to score one for OC. Not the outcome they may have wanted, but at least they're on the board here at this top of the mid-mark of the third inning.
Yeah, I think Tara Salcedo decided to kind of put the hammer down there and picked up the concentration on those last 3 hitters and got 2 of them out, and that's all she needed to do. Gave up the 1 run.
Yeah, you could tell she was in a rhythm for that last at-bat, knowing that the floodgates were ready to open if she didn't buckle in.
And you see the U.S. Coaches encouraging their ladies, come on, guys, let's get going here. Bottom of the third, Justine Rial will be the last hitter in the lineup, and then it's going to the top, saying we've been through the order once here. Let's get things going here. OC's going to have something to say about that, I think, though.
That's right. If that happens to you and you're the offensive team, you leave 3 runners on, that's going to hurt a little bit. So it's going to give you incentive to put USA down and get back and pick up where you left off and take care of business this time. But leading off, like you said, the center fielder Justine Rial for Team USA. They only have a 1-run lead, so they want to get some run support here for their pitcher Salcedo, who's been very good at keeping the OC on their toes. There's a shot over to Rhodes, and she makes the easy play from short to first. That's one gone.
Really like the defensive aspect of this game. You know, every ball that's been put in play, there's been a defensive opportunity to make a play. We've seen some good catches in the outfield and some good infield defensive plays, good throws across the diamond. It's nice to see.
Now Chelsea Davis, the leadoff hitter.
As much as it's nice to see all those runs scored and home runs, and the defensive side can be fun as well.
Woof! Hello, she didn't even bother. She knew that was gone.
That's
swing and a rip, and she just turned to the dugout. That's a solo shot for Team USA. No doubter, and you can hear all the fans, even Team USA, the men's side, cheering for their female counterparts, because that seemed like a ball hit by one of those guys.
The only way I hit a ball that far is if I have 5 chances to hit it, and I get to hit it from where it stops rolling from.
Sounds like 21.
It does, yes.
And here we have Kristen Dowling, already a solo shot on the game for her. Oof, ripped to the left side of the field. She'll take an easy single.
Certainly one of the U.S. side's most dangerous hitters.
No doubt. Same with Chelsea Davis, who's been very good covering the hot corner as well.
She plays both sides of the game really, really well.
Number 31, Tara Salcedo, trading places with Christine Libertu.
I think she's looking at that hole there between first and second.
Uh-oh, but she gets it right to Libertu, and they make the quick double play. 1-4-3 for Team OC, keeping Team USA to 1 run off 1 swing of the bat. So very productive inning on the field for Team OC.
Yeah, that's an important out. If they want to stay in this ball game, you know, you're down 2 runs going to the 4th inning. I don't think we expected a close game. I don't think we were thinking 3-1, but we had touch base going into this game. Both pitchers have proved to be dominating in the games that they played so far, and that trend is continuing.
And that's got to be a boost of confidence to OC as well.
Yeah, they played well. You know, all the games they played Canada a couple times and showed really well in both games. And I don't think they've lost coming into this game, so their confidence is at an all-time high. They are here with a short bench. They've had to borrow a few ladies here from Canada, but their core players are clearly deserve to be here.
Yes, they're definitely running the show for OC and keeping Team USA on their toes. There we have Tara Salcedo making sure everyone is in place and ready to go. Here comes the first pitch.
Megan Tompkins will be starting this for OC, takes the first pitch illegal.
Ooh, that looked like a good pitch to hit, but it was illegal, hitting the plate. So back-to-back illegal pitches on Salcedo.
And that's going to be deep.
Takes a 3-pitch walk.
That's one of the hardest things to do as a hitter is when that umpire yells out, he gives the indication physically and then also verbally yells a legal pitch to stop yourself from swinging. But it's something you have to do. You got to do it for your teammates. You got to do it for yourself. Usually good things do not come from swinging at those illegal pitches.
I see, and here's Gaunt, Kayla Gaunt lining out to Chelsea Davis. Great shot, though, right at Davis. Not much you can do because she's got such a solid glove. If it's anywhere near Davis, it's probably going to be caught or played properly. So there's one gone with one runner on base for OC. That brings up that brings up Cassandra Stiver, one of the Canadians filling in the right center fielder for OC.
Another illegal pitch call. I don't know if Tara is struggling out there or Mark.
The wind has picked up considerably. Woo!
That's
Hello,
Stiver. Off the mesh. Worst case, it is off the mesh and falls through the mesh onto the ground. It should be a ground rule.
Should be a ground rule double.
Should be a ground rule double, but the umpires are going to confirm here. But that ball certainly hit the mesh and fell down. That mesh is in play, as we've talked about. Ball does have to clear. It looks like they are going to get Cassandra to stop at second for a ground rule double.
That's a way to make the Canadians look good. in an American showdown here with a nice ground rule double off the mesh. Well done. Now the left fielder, Erica Copenhaver, is up to bat with 2 runners in scoring position. This is a great opportunity to find a gap here. Deep.
We've seen in the few games here when the U.S. does get into trouble with some runners on base and stuff, Tara seems to pick up her game and puts out the fire.
There's a shot here that could find dirt. That could find dirt, and it doesn't, but it's still a sac fly. Copenhaver with an RBI sac fly to make this a 3-2 ball game and advances Stiver to third base, giving Shannon Hilton an opportunity to get an RBI in this situation as well. 1 out and still lots of room to play with to get some more runs on the board. 2 out, pardon me.
Yeah, Chelsea Davis made that great line drive catch for the first out of the inning.
There's a shot. Drops right into center field, scoring Stiver from one Canadian to the other.
That's a good at-bat. A lot of pressure there, 2 out.
Just put the ball in play.
And magically we look up at the scoreboard and we've got a tie ball game.
Wonderful in this top of the 4th. It's always great to see. And now rounding out the OC lineup, Molly Rhodes, the shortstop. She has a lot of speed to bring here. If she gets this ball in play or finds a hole, it could be extra bases, especially with Hilton also on the base paths. She has some speed as well.
Molly Rhodes showed off her speed. Her last at bat hit a 2-hopper to the shortstop and put a lot of pressure to draw the bad throw by getting down the line.
There's a great pitch from Salcedo, nice and high, not what Rhodes wants. But she takes the walk anyways. Salcedo not too happy with that one as she walks around and waits for the ball. You can definitely tell.
Coach Don Cooper has seen enough in this inning. He's going to head out to the mound and slow things down. My suggestion here is he's maybe waiting for the umpire to come out to break up this conference, and I think he wants to figure out where those pitches are and back his player Tara here, who's obviously getting a little bit frustrated here with some of the strike calls.
It looks like he's trying to lighten the mood as well, getting Tara to laugh and lighten up a little bit, because you don't want to be tense as a pitcher because it's only going to lead you to more problems. So maybe that laugh, something as simple as a laugh, could change things for his pitcher.
Yeah, Coop's been around a long time and understands the game well and has a respect of all the players, both female and male, and he usually has the right thing to say.
He just has that gift.
It's a gift of gab.
Christine Libertu trying to find that right side. Pops it up, though, to Kennedy Hauser and ends the inning, but they do what they came here to do, put some runs up on that board. Now they have a tie game to deal with going into the bottom of the 4th. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
We're back here going to the bottom of the 4th inning for Team USA. Number 7, Savannah Brown at the plate.
Team USA gridlocked at 3s here, and in the top of or the bottom of the 4th. I'm sure they want to break this thing wide open.
Yeah. Coach Coop probably said, "Come on, ladies, let's get this going." And
there's a rip. Savannah Brown, downtown Kitchener. Watch out. There's a home run coming through. A solo shot to lead off this bottom of the 4th, and she's got the whole team coming out with hugs and high fives, and of course the signature handshakes that they've got. It seems like Savannah Brown likes her hugs.
Downtown Brown. We might have a nickname there.
Downtown Kitchener, Savannah Brown.
Yeah. That's the 3rd home run for the U.S. side. They've 4 total runs, 3 homers.
Not bad for the red, white, and blue. And that brings up another home run threat in Alden East Ewing, the first baseman.
I think that it's also evidence there that the U.S. ladies are searching for a little spark there. The girls did pile out of the dugout there, and I think they're trying to get a little bit of momentum on their side. And
that's true. Whew, Ewing puts a hurting on that. Uh-oh. There goes Stiver. She goes down to try and make a diving catch. It hits the fence. Ewing is on her horse. She gets in with a stand-up triple. Wow. A triple on an error. How would that be scored, do you think?
that ball's hit hard. I think Cassandra would tell you that most of the time she would come up with that ball, I believe. But that ball was hit hard and moving quite a bit.
Yeah, kudos to Ewing for putting a good swing on that. And now that brings up Jordan Brown, the right fielder. Probably relation to Savannah Brown. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure.
I can't confirm or
Deny.
Yet. Oh, snap.
We know each other. It sounds like we know each other well enough after like 6 games. That's funny. Uh-oh. Jordan Brown fouls out behind us into the left field, into the stands behind the dugout of the U.S. side. She's playing with a full count now with a runner on third with none out. Not a bad spot to be in. Still very workable in this kind of a situation to get an RBI in this place. But she tomahawks this one. Uh-oh. Miscommunication. But they're still able to make the out. Tompkins and Rhodes going for the same ball, but the third baseman, Megan Tompkins, coming up with it. Probably the easy play would have been for Rhodes simply because she has a better angle and she's not backing up, which is never good when you want to get a fly ball, but doesn't matter. The out's been made. That's one for OC, and that brings up Lee Campbell, or Kennedy Hauser, the second baseman. There's a shot.
That's a home run for Kennedy Hauser, Team USA.
Kennedy Hauser. Team USA seems to be on a roll. That's their fourth home run so far this game. Everybody's out, and it looks like just what you said earlier, they're coming out of the dugout to celebrate these home runs to get that spark going, light it up a little bit more every single time, because Team USA needs to rise up to this kind of occasion.
Yeah, it's a good answer. Good answer here from them, throwing up 3 in this inning. Take a 3-run lead. Not sure they're happy with, or not done at this point.
Of course not. And we only have 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, so they have lots of room to play with here. Lee Campbell trying to shoot one in the right side of the field. Basham gets it and makes it to first base for an incredible second out that really dampens the spark that Team USA is trying to light up here on their side. Great defensive play.
And she gives the fist pump after making that play, as I would as well. Marissa laid out, took a base hit away there from Lee.
Lee Campbell gets robbed of a single. Now Kristen Shiflett is up at the dish. She takes a strike.
Going with the no batting glove approach.
I could never do that.
That's going to be a foul ball.
No catch. No one's
For the
anywhere
third
near
out.
it. And there we go. They'll take that. OC will take it gratefully, getting out of that inning and out of the threat. Team USA putting up a couple runs, courtesy of a few home runs, monster home runs, no doubt. And looks like OC is pretty happy with the play that Basham was able to come up with, and that could be a spark for them as well.
Yeah, we talked about the sparks, right? They can come offensively, defensively. Certainly the first hitter here, Laura McKinney, is going to be looking for a base hit to keep the spark going here for OC. Maybe they're going to take a page of the U.S. book about piling out of the dugout and cheering each other on and see if they can get a little bit loud over there.
That's right, and you cannot discredit the little things that anyone can do on the field, whether or not you're on the bench or you are playing in the game and it's just not your turn to hit yet. You have to be loud and vocal for your team. It's just one of those sports, baseball, softball, slow pitch, where being loud can definitely change your outlook on the game and your confidence level. And now we're going into the top of the 5th inning with OC on a bit of a high right now. And we've got number 5 leading off, Lauren McKinney, the first baseman. There's a shot up the middle, makes it through. Hey, and we've got a leadoff single for McKinney.
It's a good sign. They're keeping this game close. Right now, the U.S. ladies' power seems to be the only real difference in this game. 6-3 on 4 home runs on the 6 runs by the U.S. side.
I'd have to agree with that. And now Sammy Goebel finding some power of her own and great placement as well. She's able to move up station to station with McKinney. And still none out for OC and 2 ducks in the pond. And Marissa Basham with that spectacular play at second base. She definitely has a feather in her cap. Let's see if she can stay steady and be level up at the plate and not let that affect her, because you don't want to get too high or too low in this game.
Absolutely. I did like the spirit in her. She made the play, gave a little fist pump like, come on, ladies, let's do this.
There's a great pitch to take a swing on. Station to station one more time. And she's going for it. OC scores. McKinney went for it, and she crosses the plate. No play is made. They want to keep the runners at first and second and keep that force going. Smart play by Team USA to at least give them a chance to get out of this inning, because there's still none out.
Another big opportunity here for Casey Eagle. She came up, I think, with bases loaded her last at bat and fouled out, so she'll be looking to atone that miscue. Looks focused in here.
There's a shot from Casey Eagle, but maybe not the pitch she may have wanted. An easy fly out over to Justine Ryle, and nobody tags up. There's the first out in the top of the 5th for Team USA.
Yeah, I think that last at bat must have still been stuck in her head there. That wasn't a pitch she could do a lot with. It was a high, deep pitch overhead. Really had to tomahawk to get at it.
And you can get a good hit off a tomahawk, but her stance requires her to take a step or two to get some power behind it. She didn't have to step from where she was. She could have taken a good swing on it without moving, and from where she started in the back of the box would have been the perfect height for her.
Yeah, it was definitely more of a swat instead of a swing, that's for sure. Trying to swat like she was swatting a bug out of the air.
Well, I mean, there's only one Salt in the SWAT, and he's not here with us anymore.
He is not. Good
Looks
at bat
like a
here
walk
for Megan Tompkins to load him up.
Load him up, load him up. Kayla Gaunt. She's been solid so far.
Base hit and line drive at the black hole down there.
That's right,
at
but
third base.
She's been hitting
Chelsea
the ball
Davis.
hard. That was a hard hit at Chelsea Davis, so it's all a matter of placement right now for Gaunt. There's a shot that could do something
It's
here.
going to beat the outfielders and off the base of the fence.
That scores 1. That scores 2. They're going to hold on to it and keep runners on first and second. Gaunt with a 2-run RBI single over the heads of the outfielders of Team USA. Great move, great power. You don't have to hit the ball over the fence to do some damage in this game.
No, especially with 3 outfielders out there. You just have to beat them, right? And that's off the base of the fence in that power alley.
That's right, and Stiver's shown that she has some power. She gets under this one, though. It's only 1 out. Runners will not tag up. It's in too close in the gap of left center field, and that's the smart play to do. Stay put.
Here's one of these turning points. We'll look back at the Hawks Sports Network turning point. And 6-6 game, 2 out. Runners on first and second. This could be a very big base hit. You can see Tara knows it is as well. She's ordering her defense around.
That's right, and Erica Copenhaver, she knows it too. She's not going after any pitches that could get her out. She's leaving those deep ones alone. Now she has a 3-1 count. It has to be perfect.
That certainly shifts the pressure here to the hitter on a full count.
Oh, and she gets herself out with a
Scores now tied 6-6 with
foul out to the backstop. We tie it up at 6s. Great response from Team OC, though, putting lots of runner on the bases and lots of pressure on Team USA. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Leading off for Team USA, the extra hitter, number 15, Megan Miller.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning. Megan Miller for Team USA leading off as the extra hitter here, and Christine Libertu throwing a ball on her first pitch.
I think Mark called that a strike. I don't think Megan was happy with the call.
There's a shot from Miller. Will it stay? No, it's caught.
There's the advantage of the
4th outfielder.
Yeah, that power alley gets chewed up fairly quickly.
There you have it, Sammy Goebel in the power alley, getting the first out in the bottom of the 5th. I do like that approach better for the women's game than having an extra infielder, for me anyways, just because that's where you're going to see the most hits are to the gaps.
Substitution here, Coach Don Cooper substituting in Jess Tolbert's going to be hitting for Justine Rael, the center fielder.
Team USA, Jess Tolbert.
Jess is shown to be very strong on the offensive side. She's been spraying the ball all over the park.
Team OC not making too many adjustments, staying pretty true to their defensive positioning. Tolbert with a line shot to right, and it's caught.
For the second out.
That's right, Cassandra Stiver was all over it in right center. Again, that 4-player outfield has been proving to be very opportunistic for Team OC, getting them a lot of outs that other teams wouldn't be getting because of having one less outfielder. And there's a shot to Marissa Basham. 3 up, 3 down for Team OC. Wow. I'd be very happy if I was them.
Yeah, they're sprinting off the field there, getting to their dugout, high-fiving as they're going in. Fantastic spot there in 6-6. It's basically a 2-inning game, right? Who's going to win these 2 innings? It's what it's boiled down to.
Yes, I can feel the tension boiling from here. These are both very hungry teams. Neither of them wants to go down. From the OC side, to be able to have the feather in that cap that they put USA softball away in the border battle, and USA softball to be able to keep their reign as one of the undefeated teams here. They want to keep a spotless record going into the big game tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure they do. Yeah, we'll be led off this inning with Shannon Hilton, who's had a couple singles so far today. Got thrown out going to second on a little flare in her first at bat. He's going to be looking to get OC going.
There's a shot to the gap in left center. Will Shannon Hilton stretch it? No, she stays glued to the first base bag.
Perfect day for Shannon. What I noticed here on Tara's first pitch, I don't know. She's been going to her knuckleball quite a bit, but that one she just kind of spun up. I don't know if she's gone back to the second inning thought process of just trying to get strikes, drop strikes in on here, and we'll see if OC capitalizes. Oh, she went back to the knuckleball. So.
Uh-oh. Molly Rhodes jumps on that knuckleball, and it gives her nothing but trouble. Easy pop-up to Kennedy Hauser. No, to Savannah Brown. She's the middle infielder. And now that brings up Christine Libertu, the pitcher, to do some work and try and unlock this gridlock of a 6-6 tie game. There's a shot through the middle. Savannah Brown can't put the mitt completely on the ball. She tips it, though. The runners advance. Hilton's at second.
Yeah, I don't think Savannah's going to be pleased with herself on that one.
It's a tough play to make.
And she certainly knew it was hit hard enough that double play would get them out of the inning, and I think tried to just kind of make the play before it came to her.
It's very possible that Salcedo may have tipped that ball, but here we go. We have a shot from McKinney. The runners are on their horse. Shannon's coming in to score. Rhodes. Libertu's at third, which means that McKinney is at first, and she's able to score one and move one over to scoring position on just a single.
Yeah, I think that's some bad base running there on Laura McKinney. I think she was unsure where the throw was going, but getting to second base in that spot would have been huge.
Uh-oh. Yes, that could have been costly. If that ball was fair, then both runs would have scored easily. But now McKinney has a little bit of extra work for herself to do to be able to get into scoring position and cross the plate.
I think she kind of knew once she saw where the ball was thrown into that she should have continued on to second. Anything on the ground here makes it a little bit easier of an out by flipping it to second. I would think the coach has told the girl at third that if there's a ball that hits the dirt to hustle home. U.S. is going to be looking for the double play to get out of the inning.
There's a tomahawk to the opposite field. That'll score one. McKinney gets an RBI.
How about for the OC, the second baseman, number 28?
Sorry, that was Sammy Goebel. Pardon me. Sammy Goebel with a great piece of hitting going opposite field, finding the gap. And now that brings up second baseman Marissa Basham with runners on first and second.
Base hit and walk so far today. She's been a dangerous offensive threat here for OC the entire weekend.
Takes a strike there from Salcedo.
We've seen Tara be her toughest in situations like this. We'll see if that trend continues. Marissa's battling.
And she's definitely quickening up the pace here. Here we go, same spot, but a great grab from Jordan Brown. Runners tag. They're able to move up, but spectacular grab going back toward the fence from Jordan Brown. Great drop step to be able to be in good position and not be able to take your eye off the ball when you're running away from everything. That's not easy to do, but she made it look very easy.
The U.S. ladies are appealing to the umpires to see if both runners tagged up appropriately, and they threw the ball to second. Safe call was made.
That's good base running. Their timing was great by making sure that they left as soon as the ball hit Brown's glove, and that's hard to do, so that's why it's always very questionable whether or not they tagged on time. But we'll see if it affects anything in Casey Eagles at bat by stonewalling the game a little bit with some break.
Casey's had a few opportunities in this game. I think she's hoping for a chance here. Legal pitch called.
And Salcedo's throwing in some different timing and different variety. Here we go, Eagle.
I think she
Fly
got
like
it.
an
Lee's
eagle,
holding
Casey.
up.
Here we go. There's a shot. 3 runs for OC. Casey Eagle putting her team out in front.
That's some big redemption. Casey's had a few opportunities, bases loaded, few runners on, and I'm sure she's grateful to have the opportunity to make one count here.
She certainly picked a good time to make it count. OC takes the lead 11-6 with 2 out. And now Megan Tompkins is up at the dish trying to follow that up.
sense a little nervous energy on the Team US trying to keep up here.
Uh-oh. Tompkins swings at a high pitch. Will it drop in the Bermuda Triangle? Yes, it does! Team USA, they bobble the ball, and Tompkins makes it over to second on the error. Great base running and heads up play by watching and making sure that she had the time to make it over to second base.
Yeah, Lee Campbell there called it a little bit late and kind of short arm towards that ball, went off the end of her glove and gave OC here another chance to put another run on the board. Kayla Gaunt.
Gaunt
Really
takes the first pitch.
Really impressed with OC here in their command of the strike zone, and Tara's got them to swing at some bad pitches if they've got the strike call that they're taking, but they're not reaching for pitches, and which seems to be Tara's calling card.
Woo! There's another shot. Gaunt makes it through the infield. Tompkins is on her horse. She will score 12-6. OC. Holy guacamole, John.
Don't think sorry, is that what Patty's eating? Sorry, no, I heard guacamole, and we've had the mix of hummus here and soups and the whole deal, but
guac is extra, but holy guac is even more extra.
Very expensive.
It's
too.
very expensive.
Yeah.
It came out in a good play here. She ordered up the holy guac.
And they've certainly dipped into the barrel of runs here.
Cassandra Stiver now at the dish. There's a shot down the left field line. Will it stay safe? No.
Leah Campbell.
Caught. Lee Campbell. Great snag right on the line. Wow, but OC does their damage. They distance themselves by 6 runs going into the top of the 7th, going into the bottom of the 7th, and Team USA needs to answer back. We'll be right back after these messages.
Kristen Dowling.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kristen Dowling leading off for Team USA here, and they have to answer back. They're down by 6 after a huge top of the 6th inning for Team OC, putting up a 6 spot. Rips it to second, to shortstop. Molly Rhodes makes the easy play to first. 1 out after 1 hitter here for OC. Good start to see if they can keep their momentum going and to crush Team US's momentum.
Yeah, OC's got them down to 5 outs left here.
The pitcher, Tara Salcedo, she rips it to the right center gap. She'll get a standing double. And that's a great start for Tara to do some work on her own cause, get her team riled up here.
Savannah Brown with a walk and a homer to her record so far today.
The middle fielder has been very busy up in that middle part of the field with OC, trying to crack one through every so often here. Let's see if she can do something for her team on the red, white, and blue side.
Legal pitch.
Christine Liberto has been so solid, and she's been commanding her game and not changing it for anybody. That's a shot. That's a shot from Brown.
She was locked in on that pitch. That was one of the hardest hit balls we've seen here today.
So that brings up Aldenice Ewing, the first baseman, with runners on third and first. Tara Salcedo on third, and Savannah Brown on first after a rocket of a line drive to center field. And they have only hit 4 home runs this game on 6 runs, and OC has 12 runs off of 1 home run.
Yeah, they've certainly been more impressive so far offensively today.
There's a shot from Ewing in right center gap. They're going back. Poor read from Hilton, and Team USA is off to the races. Salcedo scores. Savannah Brown's at third, and Ewing makes it to second on a monster shot to the gap.
Batting for Team USA, the right fielder.
Only one gone for Team USA. That brings up Jordan Brown, the right fielder, with 2 runners in scoring position and a nice gap down the right field line.
Yeah, she's proven that she can hit the ball off. There might be a... Oh, she's really jumping at the ball her last few at-bats.
Yeah, she's definitely talking to herself about that. Not the best pitch to go after here. Have a plan, stick to the plan. Sometimes it's the hardest part when those balls come in so high. They look perfect when they're close to your eyes, but not when you want to score some runs in a situation like this and keep the game going and knock it out.
Yeah, just slow everything down here. Best at bat.
Evens it up at a 2-2 count.
Hey, you're not going to hit a 5-run homer here. There's nothing you can do that's going to tie it here with one swing.
Of course not, but there's a shot to the left field side. That scores Brown. Ewing's on her horse. She scores easily, and Jordan Brown slides in with a 2 RBI double for Team USA to make it a 12-8 ball game.
Batting for Team USA.
Yeah, they're inching closer here with each at bat. That's all you have to do is put your best swing on, leave it for the lady behind you.
That's right. You have to do your job and trust that your teammate is going to do their job as well. Kennedy Hauser, the second baseman, rips a shot in center field here. Holy moly, Jordan Brown is on her horse. She rounds third, but she's going to stay there. Hauser with the single and pushing Jordan Brown to third base. She wants to come in.
I don't know if Jordan Brown there was upset with the reach he got or being held up by Coach Don Cooper, but she was not happy at third base there. It looks like Coop is making a substitution. Lee Campbell's going to be out of the game, the left fielder, and Dara Tolman's going to come in. She's been the leadoff hitter for the U.S. through their first few games here, so a definite offensive threat.
Dara Tolman coming off the bench is not easy to, and especially when your team is down and the team needs run support at this point. But looks like OC is calling a timeout as
Very
well.
good coaching there. That Dara was eager to hit. Don hadn't even made the substitution yet. She was in the box getting ready to hit. So I think the OC coach has made a good call here to slow everything down and put some extra pressure on her.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. A very good timing to throw in a timeout on the opposition side, on OC side, because the ball is in Team USA's court at this point in time. They have the hammer, and they know that they can get back in. They know that they can get back into this game. But if you're able to settle your team out on the field and make them remember that they have the lead and they didn't get that lead by not playing any worse than Team USA.
Exactly.
That's what they need right now. They just need to settle in and lock down. That brings up Tolman. Libertu getting some instruction from her head coach. Now she's at the mound. Tolman takes that one for a ball.
Goodness. I think that pitch all day's been a strike.
That one's another ball. Tolman with the hitter's count here.
And that's going to be ball 4.
That was not well received. And I'm sure Tolman wanted to get a hit. But a walk will do at this point in time. The bases are loaded for Team USA now with only one out. Kristen Shiflett The
Umpire
shortstop.
Mark Gow, it looks like, is hearing it from a few people behind the fence there.
Definitely. And it's not like it's all American fans here. There's Canadian fans here that are probably talking to the home place umpire. And Hilton lets that ball drop. 1 run scores. They were only able to advance 1 base. But in a situation like that, what Hilton did was actually very smart. She made it look like she could catch the ball, even though she knew she couldn't. But that held the runners from advancing. So that bought her a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't think she had a chance to make the catch. I think some people thought here she set it up really well. That ball was well in front of her, but she took an approach at the ball like it was a line drive at her.
Now Megan Miller, the extra hitter. This is definitely if hitting is your position, this is where you want to be with bases loaded and 1 out. She takes another
12-10.
ball, 3-1. There's a shot to left field. 1 scores. Tolman is coming in. She's on her horse. OC will hold it. 2-run score. We have a tie game all over again, folks. Looks like Coop is coming over to talk to Mark Gow with another substitution.
Yeah, we'll see what is up Cooper's sleeve here. It looks like Cami Moreau is going to be hitting here for Justine Rael. Dawn's emptying the bench here as Jessie Tolbert has been used. Dara prior to that, and now Cami's going to get her opportunity to hit. So it's in Justine Rael's position originally. Jess Tolbert batted in the 5th inning, and now Cami's going to get her opportunity.
Cami takes the first pitch as a ball inside with a 2-1 count. There's a rip. Megan Tompkins is able to make it, but they throw it away. Oh, no. But they had.
Oh, no.
Umpires call time.
Yeah, they called the out at second. They did that. Poor throw or just a little bit of an overstretch at first. Allows a run to score and Team US to take a 1-run lead. 13-12 is for the US.
And that's 2 out for Chelsea Davis. Up at the dish now. Team USA still has lots of room to play with it, and especially at the top of their order. There's a rip from Davis. Ooh, Rhodes almost had a piece of that. Runners move up. 1st and 2nd, and that brings up Kristen Dowling. Someone I do not want up at the dish right now.
No, that's, I think OC really didn't want to. I mean, you're going to have to face these ladies at some point, but maybe take a chance in the 7th instead of with momentum rolling here.
Would you want to walk Dowling at this point?
I don't know. Tara's been swinging well. I think you have to be maybe pitch smart to Kristen here.
And try and get herself out on a high pitch.
Yeah, I don't think you can give her the pitch she's looking for. You got to get her to try and hit something that.
And it seemed to have worked. Libertu placed it perfectly. Let's see if the outfielders can make something of it. They cannot. The ball drops. Another run scores.
Cami scores. Brings the 14th run in.
That was so difficult, especially, it doesn't matter how many outfielders you have out there. If you're all playing deep on a player like Kristen Dowling and respecting her power, if it's going to drop in front of you, there's absolutely nothing you can do. There's just too much room in front of you. But also, you have 2 out. Wouldn't you want to move in a little bit and just be able to play the blooper and get out of this inning?
Yeah, I think that's going to get down the line.
That's fair. Uh-oh, that's going into the corner. 1-run score. Salcedo makes it to 2nd. And Dowling makes it to 3rd.
Chelsea Davis plates the 15th run.
And that's called doing work for your cause.
Yeah, if we were afraid or we asked the question leading this inning, is U.S. going to answer the bell? They've answered it 9 times so far.
That's right. I should have gave them my room service bell.
More food talk here.
I always talk about food.
From guacamole to sausages to female bacon sandwiches. They have everything going on here.
You don't need to expose my dirty laundry, John.
No, I was just telling all the fans that should show up here of all the wonderful food that you can get at the snack bar.
Well, I can confirm it's all delicious. I've tried almost everything.
Just be careful you don't bite your finger as many times as Natalie's decided to do.
Woo, there's another rip. 2 runs. 2 runs will score for Team USA on an RBI single from Savannah Brown. Wow.
When the roof caves in, sometimes the roof caves in. There's not much you can do about it. These are all solid hits. And U.S. ladies have taken their opportunity and run with it.
That's right. Aldenice Ewing, another threat at the dish for Team USA, and it almost seems like the clobbering doesn't look like it'll stop anytime soon.
No, much like the men last night with their 14 spot with 2 out. There was nothing they could do to make it stop.
Will it stay or will it go? Shannon Hilton,
Nice
great grab.
Great job.
Woo! Over her back, Shannon Hilton saves the inning. That was a great hit from Ewing. Oh my goodness, that was carrying, and that would have bounced off the fence for sure and scored 2 more runs.
I thought that was going to be a lot of trouble. It's bad enough. The OC ladies have to chase 5 here with the U.S. ladies being home, but having to chase more than that would have been near impossible, I would think.
Well, they came into this inning leading by 6, and now that they have to chase 5, that's actually not that bad. It's very doable.
We'll see if they can respond. They've had innings of 1, 2, 3, and 6. So let's see if they can replicate. They'll need at least 5 if they're going to expect the U.S. ladies to answer. Tall task, potentially.
A very tall task. I would say taller than 6 feet.
6 feet's a good number. Yeah.
Tall enough. Above average height.
Above average height. Not as big as the mesh out there, but certainly above average.
Above average. Well, I'm very curious to see how OC can respond because they have the advantage of putting up these runs here, and they're in the part of the order that can do some damage here if they turn it over.
Yeah, the bottom 3 here are going to really have to turn it over. Some good at bats being had by the ladies here at the bottom, so they're going to look to put their best swing on it and get it back up to the top of the order to give themselves a chance. There is some defensive moves, I think. I think Lee Campbell's back in, but may be in center field. Tough for us to see from.
That's right. It may have looked like Dara Tauman. Dara Tauman is in left, and Lee Campbell moves into center for Justine Real, which means Merritt is probably back on the bench and taken out of the game. But that brings up Erica Copenhaver, the left fielder, for OC to start things off here and put her team back into contention. Because if they don't match Team USA or surpass them, the game is over. There's a shot from Copenhaver to get things going. Nice, simple swing to the right field gap.
Which is good for her. Her first 3 at-bats, she didn't get some good results and seemed to be pushing a little bit better, so she slowed herself down and pulled through for her teammates here in the 7th.
And the smart part is that she had an approach that looked like she just wasn't trying to do too much. Just get on base.
As we've talked earlier, nice and smooth to the ball. You don't have to do too much.
And here's Shannon Hilton, the right fielder, with that great catch to end the bottom of the 6th and end the threat on Team USA. She takes the first pitch.
Good idea. I think she saw that large gap there between first and second and was just trying to roll something through there and tried to disguise it a little bit too much.
And it's not about timing as well. You kind of had to dip your body a little bit, but she tomahawks this one. Easy fly out to Chelsea Davis. gets herself into a little bit of trouble, and that's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, she certainly hit the pitch there that Tara was hoping she would. I think if Shannon could have that at bat back, she would take that pitch.
Yes, discipline is the name of the game at the plate in tight games like this.
Especially with a good pitcher like Tara, she's going to, try and put pressure points on you, try and steal a strike here, and then certainly make you hit one of her pitches.
And Molly Rhodes takes that knuckler for a strike. 2-2 count here. She golf swings that one into the left field gap, and it gets past. It's going to roll to the warning track. Rhodes is at second. Copenhaver's at third. And there's only one out with 2 runners in scoring position for OC. Lots of time, lots of outs to play with here to put a rally together. Short, easy swings. They've only got 1 home run to their name, and they're able to score 12 runs on just 1 home run.
Yeah, and we've seen we're starting to get into their meat of their lineup that has a little bit of power they've shown here over the weekend. So they'll see if they can keep it rolling.
That's right. The bottom of the order did their job. We have turned over the lineup. Christine Libertu with matters into her own hands here. Leaves the first 2 pitches alone. 3-1 count.
It's not going to get there.
She'll take the walk to load the bases. And that brings up Laura McKinney, who has hit back-to-back home runs in her last 2 at-bats, or scored
back-to-back 2 singles.
Back-to-back singles,
and a walk to her name.
It looks the same when you color it in, but I know you highlight it.
Yeah, my cute little pink highlighter shows the homers.
I'm sorry. I'm just excited. I want that to be part of the storyline.
You want this game to keep going, don't you? You want to call extra innings. We had an early night last night with the rain out, so.
Oh, there we go. McKinney pops it up. Will it find the ground? Yes, it will. It drops. The runners got to get going on a dodge here. Oh, that was a close play at second base when the ball drops, and you have to be able to tag up at first or advance to second, and the ball is that close to second base. She's lucky she made it in safely.
Don Cooper was coming out to ask for a little bit of help on that one. However, he's not. They're going to at least conference. I don't think they're going to overrule that call. That's a judgment call, and Bob Smith was right on top of that. And they're not going to change the call, I think, at this point. Yes. I got excited here, too. I just colored in a bunch of people scored that didn't score.
Well, the umpires have officially declared her safe at second base. Libertu stays there. McKinney makes it to first. That brings up Sammy Goebel.
And Molly's still at third.
That's right. Molly Rhodes, the shortstop, is at third. Sammy Goebel up at the plate. There's a shot. Oh! Will they get her at first? No, they will not. She is safe. It's the second out of the inning, and now it's down to OC's last out to stay alive in this game.
Wow, I thought that ball was through, and I immediately looked at the scoreboard and go, oh, suddenly 17-15, maybe runners on first and third, 1 out.
See, I told you, what you want the storyline to be and what it is, two different
things. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Marissa Basham has the weight of the world on her shoulders here. She leaves that one for a ball.
It's almost like watching a lunar eclipse through the clouds.
Through a thunderstorm, actually.
A thunderstorm, yes.
Yeah, let's not.
8 inches of rain.
Very disappointing last night, missing that historical lunar eclipse, the longest one of the century.
I'm pulling for Marissa here. I'd like to see this game extend itself.
That's right, and the infielders on Team USA giving themselves some room just to get the last out and close out this game. They're not worried about the other runs here. There we go. She pops up. Jordan Brown calling for it, calling her off, and making the last out of the game, ending the threat. 17-13. Team USA squeaks by and takes the win, and a hard-fought game from OC.
Yeah, very impressive from OC. We had called it early on. We thought it was going to be a close game. It was a very low-scoring game up into the 4th and 5th innings, and both teams decided to turn it on. A 6-run inning from OC and an 11-run inning from the U.S. team salted this game away. Very entertaining game.
And yes, we're looking forward to another entertaining game. Our last game on the women's side, Team Canada versus Team Kahunaverse, coming up after this. Stay with us, and thank you for joining us, Team USA and Team OC, in this border battle.